Thank you very much for staying with us. This is Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. And now to our interview with the guest of the day. I am joined by the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Imo State, Athan Achonio, for discussion on the state governorship election. Thank you so much for joining us, Senator Athan. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Welcome to Politics Tonight.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
All right. So let's start with how this race has been for you. I mean, it's campaign season, and I see that you and the other contenders are moving in. I mean, going across the 27 local government areas in Imo State. So how will you describe the race so far?
Well, yeah, it's wrong to say that I'm campaigning with two other candidates. I'm the only one on the campaign trail. I'm moving from local government to local government, though the PDP has done, a few campaigns here and there. But Labour Party is everywhere in the state. We're campaigning everywhere, all the nooks and crannies. So we're going everywhere.
So what kind of conversation are you having with your people?
Come again?
But what do you think the electorate want to hear?
What the electorate will want to hear? I didn't get you.
As you move on with your campaign, what kind of conversation are you having with your people?
Yes. I'm telling my people, I'm giving them hope. I'm letting them know that after November 11, when I take over as their governor, I'm going to bring peace. The insecurity is life here is brutish and short. Young men are being slaughtered everywhere. Houses are being razed down. No, the hunger is too much. Workers are not being paid. It's unbelievable. The infrastructure has totally collapsed. So it's a nightmare. Living here is a nightmare. I'm just giving them hope that I'm coming and I'm going to take care of everything. I'm going to, bring peace. I'm going to bring development. That's the conversation I've been having with them.
All right. So INEC and other political watchers have described this governorship election as crucial. To what extent do you agree with them? With this, rather?
Come again, please.
I need to confirm that you can hear me very well. Can you hear me, sir?
Now, yes, now. Whenever you come, I hear you very well.
All right.
So you can maintain that pitch.
All right. So the electoral umpire, INEC and other political watchers have described this governorship election as crucial. So I'm asking, to what extent do you agree with this?
I must tell you that INEC must sit up. The rumor flying all over the place is that results have been written already. So we have been, asking INEC to make sure that they take steps to authenticate the result sheets. We hear that the result sheets have been forged. And then INEC, we hear they are trying to simulate situations where they will now move collation centers from the authorized collation centers to local government headquarters, where the APC government of the state will now take charge and block every other party out and do whatever they like. So that shouldn't happen. This administration should use these 3 standalone elections to showcase what they are going to do, going forward. And INEC must redeem themselves. It's a test for INEC.
So, Mr. Achonio, how crucial is this election for you?
For who? For me or the state?
For you and the state. Yes, for you and the state. How crucial is this election?
Well, it's me and the state, we are the same thing because I'm here championing their cause. This is a very crucial election. Honestly, Imo needs to breed. As a matter of fact, it's not just Imo, because it's the entire Igbo land. It's from this state that this thing is being exported to Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Abia from the same location. And you ask yourself, how come a tiny space like that area cannot be policed? We have the army, we have the police, we have the DSS. How come they're not able to gather intelligence? Then let me ask you a question. Ask yourself, you journalists should investigate, find out why all the police stations that have been destroyed, they have not been repaired. I even took steps to repair some of them. Have not been supported by government, even by the police themselves. You begin to wonder how and why. And don't forget that the police commissioner here, Barade, was the same one that stayed here when the state government won 27 local governments. And then he was moved now to Adamawa to perform the same magic. And he's been brought back. You ask yourself why. You see, this thing, okay, let me ask you again. There was a prison break. This is the prison. Next door, DSS head office. Next door, police headquarters. Next door, government house. The brigade commander lives there. The commissioner of police lives there. The governor lives there. Same vicinity, within feet of each other. They held the prison hostage for more than 2 hours. Nobody came. Then suddenly after that, police stations were destroyed, burned, razed down. And then they have not been fixed up till today. I tried to fix it. One of the area command in Oriago, it was dynamited. And then let me tell you, there was somebody who committed murder in that location, who is rumored to be a drug peddler. And then there's a rumor also there's a traditional ruler involved.
Let's take
he has not been investigated up to now. The man was even arrested, about to be prosecuted. He's been set free.
Mr. Achonu, so let's take this conversation
Police
one step
have their
at
report
a
that
time.
indicted him, but he has been released. He's walking free today.
Security matters.
Something is wrong here. So we need to take charge of the situation.
Mr. Achonu, we'll definitely get to talk about security matters because, one of the reasons we're having this conversation is for you to tell your people what you intend to do if you become governor of the state. So you're aiming to become the first person of special needs to be governor in the country. How challenging is the race for you on that account?
The race is not really a challenge because Imo likes, everybody wants a change. Now, as soon as I take over in January, I'm going to conduct the freest and fairest local government election in the history of this country. No matter whichever party you emerge from, you will be sworn in. And then again, we have gas in abundance, and we're living in darkness. In my house in the village, I've not had light for over 20 years. I will only use generator. And my people are suffering. They live in darkness. So I'm going to have 24/7 power immediately I take over in January. And then I'm going to create 6 industrial parks. Igbos are known for pharmaceuticals, especially Olo people. So each geopolitical zone will have 2 parks. Olo will have a pharmaceutical park around Ida, North, and South. Then Ohaji Egbema, the goose that lays the golden eggs, will have oil and gas park. Then there's an industrial park already in existence in Owerri. No infrastructure, no road, no power, nothing. Factories have closed down. So I'm going to put the infrastructure for them and then put power. Already I said I'll put power first year in office by the grace of God. I'll try my best. Then in Ngokpala, where you have the Sambakwe International Cargo Airport, we're going to create an industrial park. And then we will now activate that international cargo airport so that goods, since Zimbabwe built it, no cargo plane has ever landed there. I'm going to change that, so that business will flow, employment will be created. Then in Okigwe zone, where I come from, we have granite, we have kaolin, and we're importing sanitary wares and tiles from China and Turkey. It doesn't make any sense. So with power now, we'll be able to attract manufacturers, industries to come into the space. You recall that palm oil used to be the mainstay of our economy. We used to export palm oil, and now we import. So we plan to make every autonomous community eventually have plant 10,000 yearly. We'll start with local governments. Once then we encourage local governments to encourage each autonomous community to plant 10,000 tenora palm trees every year. That's our target. So for the next 5 years, we'll realize 50,000 in each autonomous community. We have about 600 autonomous communities in Imo State. So with that, we'll now set up, we'll encourage businessmen to come and set up processing plants so that whatever is produced, we have off-takers for them. So it will generate a lot of wealth. Can you imagine the kind of wealth it will generate? We'll not even be looking at money from FAC allocations. So we'll generate our own money, our own wealth, create a lot of employment. That's what I've been promising them. And then in education as well. We used to be first, second, and third. Now we are 24. Everything has gone haywire since this government took over. Everything. So we're going to retrain our teachers. We're going to train our teachers. And then, you see, there's something stifling business around here. Every half a kilometer, you have police checkpoint. That has to go. Governors have security votes. They should support these poor policemen who don't even have houses of their own. I had a very bitter experience. One Mohammed, a policeman that was working for me, then we went to somewhere in Nasarawa. As we were passing out, he said he wanted to go and see his family. I went there. I saw this man's family, 3 little children. They were living in one room. They used bed sheets to separate kitchen from the mattress on the floor that was passing for a bedroom. I was in shock. As soon as I came into Abuja, I went and confronted Okiro. He was the IG at that time. Confronted him. In fact, I piled so much pressure. That was when they had that housing scheme that went wrong. I had to redirect the housing scheme. In fact, I put so much pressure that I had to create a housing department. And then I spent my own money. I used my own money, over 60 million, to generate data for the police to be able to have to engage in that housing scheme. But it didn't take off because I didn't want to get involved in the contract. I just wanted to support them with data and redirect the whole exercise. So now I'm going to do that for security agencies. So long as you work in my state, you can participate. If you want to have a house in Imo, you participate in the mortgage that we're going to deliver. We want to make sure that every worker is entitled to a house. These are men who stand on the street every day. So you don't blame. That's why they're poorly paid in the first instance. So they can't even afford to own a house. So I'm going to change all that. So they will now concentrate on policing and leave these poor motorists alone that they're badgering every day. So I'm going to create an enabling environment, a very stable environment for business to thrive and grow, for Igbos to come and invest in their homeland. That's my dream, that's my target, and I'm going to achieve it.
All right, so we still have other sectors to talk about. But before then, you're contesting on the platform of the Labour Party. How will you rate the chances of your party against the ruling APC and the PDP in the states?
The APC government here didn't win any election. They came fourth. But surprisingly, they are now in government. And then, let me be honest with you. There is no... you should do your own investigation. You're a journalist. Do your own investigation. APC doesn't exist in this state. It's just a bunch of big men, traditional rulers, who are so scared for their lives. They have been cutting off the heads of traditional rulers. Almost, there's no month you don't hear about one incident or the other. They've been slaughtering people. So look at my brother, former governor Ikedion Hakim.
Mr. Chanuk, please, in the course of this conversation, Mr. Chon, I need you to listen to me. In the course of this conversation, please kindly stay away from unpleasant statements. And, you should please kindly mind your choice of words. So, like I understand. All right. So, I understand there was a lot of pressure from all sides. As a journalist,
I'm sure you should have all this information. Everything I talked about here, you already know about them. They're in the public domain.
I was talking about name calling. I was talking about name calling.
Everything I've said here is in the public domain. Yes.
So I understand there was a lot of pressure from all sides for you to take up, run for the office of governor. So how popular are you? I'm asking this question because some people are saying that you're only banking on the popularity of Peter Obi to win this election.
Well, I guess it's because of Akurulo. I've been preaching for Igbos to come home and develop their homeland. So I've been investing, trying to invest. Each time I bring in an investment, the government will attack it, will try to frustrate it. So, but I kept doing it, we kept persevering. Because let's face it, even ordinary toothpick, we import it. This country is going to blazes. We don't produce anything. So that's what I've been preaching. As a matter of fact, because of the campaign of Peter Obi from consumption to production. So I tried to key into it. That's why I left politics completely for some years now. But that's what brought me back into politics. I said, okay, this is a good idea, and this is what I've been preaching. I've been doing it as a private person, trying to generate employment, trying to produce things. I'm even trying to export food. This intra-African trade, I've invested now so I can benefit from it by exporting to other African countries. Nigeria is a gold mine waiting to be tapped. Nobody's doing that. I hope this government will do something about it.
All right. So let's talk about your academic qualification. There is a debate over that. And some people say a school certificate holder may not be the best option for Imo State. How will you react to this?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was at an interview I granted to, I think it was AIT or is it Channels? Or I think maybe it's you. When I said that, I don't blame Boko Haram, who said that Western education is haram. You have had our PhD holders who have stolen this country blind, who don't even know what to do, who have tried. We have had them for years. Where have they taken us? So, I don't want to talk about my educational background. I have school cert. So, and I'm going to fix my state. I'm not claiming to have this thing to fix Nigeria, but I'm going to fix my state. We have tried PhD, people who have 3, 4 PhDs in this country as commissioners, as ministers. They have not done anything. And they even lived in countries where things work very well. Let me tell you about myself. In the Senate, I sponsored a bill to stop subsidy. It was stood down. They didn't. In the Senate, I was only there for 7 months, the school cert holder. I sponsored a bill to stop the killings in Zamfara, the illegal mining activities. How did I do that? I said, let nobody export any mineral resource without processing it at even primary stage. The Kenyan president said the same thing. Everybody's applauding him. Maybe because I'm a school cert holder. When I sponsored that bill, maybe it wasn't taken serious because I'm a school cert holder. But I did, because I figured that if you did that, if you had passed that bill, we'll be able to tell how many, what the quantity of soil minerals that are being excavated, and then be able to generate revenue from it, be able to create employment with it, be able to generate a lot of, technology, acquired technology. Now, another thing it will do, it will stop illegal mining and the illegal killings. The North is a killing field. The mafia that ruined Congo, they are here.
My question.
I raised the alarm then. But I'm a
Mr. Achonu, you're drifting away from my question. You would agree with me that
I designed a program to build houses for every Nigerian worker. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. Thank you.
Mr. Achonu, you're drifting away from my question. You would agree with me that as someone who is seeking to represent a whole state, your people need to know whether or not you're capable of governing.
Being a school cert holder, how I hope to, whether I'll be able to do the job. That's what.
Let's be clear. Is it that you do not have any other certification, or you just do not want to tender them? I don't
have any other certificate. No, I don't have.
So, I mean, if you're to deliver on critical concerns, like you've said, insecurity, unemployment, deteriorated infrastructure, healthcare, and education, how do you think having just a secondary school certificate would help you make informed critical decisions?
Well, if a school cert holder can generate all these ideas, I'm self-schooled. In fact, I think I've studied more than a PhD holder. So let me leave it at that. So if you want to find out about me, talk to so many people who are in banking circle. Talk to Jonathan Goodluck. Ask Jonathan about me and my ideas. Maybe former President Obasanjo, talk to men, talk to bankers, like President of Afrexim Bank. You can talk to him. Talk to so many managing directors of banks. They will tell you who I am. About me, about my brainwave. I think I've studied more than 5 PhD holders. I'm self-schooled.
Okay. So an aggrieved aspirant in your party's primary, and that's Basil Maduka, challenged your candidacy up to the Supreme Court, where you won. How did that impact your campaign and preparations for the election?
No, he didn't challenge he didn't at all. Maduka didn't sue me. Maduka sued somebody. It was a scam. Maduka sued somebody else that, I don't know where that one came from. I don't know how it happened. My only interest was that they mentioned Labour Party. Maduka sued somebody claiming that he won primaries of Labour Party. Well, I don't, for the life of me, I can't imagine where that one took place. So, and then they didn't serve my party. They went and served a group calling themselves a Papa faction. So when I heard it, this is an incredible country. Anything is possible. So by the time I heard it was late, I tried to join. They declined. They said it was late. I kept quiet. They went on appeal. I tried to join again because the judge declined jurisdiction and dismissed the matter. He went on appeal. The same thing happened. The appeal court declined jurisdiction and dismissed the matter. So and then they were wondering why I was still pursuing the case when it was in my favor. They had declined jurisdiction. So I withdrew my own appeal because I tried to appeal to go to Supreme Court. The moment I withdrew the appeal and the case was dismissed, they say, oh, they have won. You understand? That's just a scam. They are trying to make people, because people believe so much. Look, excuse me. If I am not the candidate to beat, ask yourself this question. Why is all this going on? It's because Imo is about 90% Labour.
So that's where I'm going to, because I know that... Because I know another party member, Joseph Ukwago, popularly known as the Kinga, also sought consequential order against your candidacy, which was rejected by the Supreme Court. Why so much opposition against you within your own party?
Has never taken me. The only person who has taken me to court is former honorable member of the State House of Assembly. He took me to court. But I'm the only person who has a judgment affirming that I'm the authentic candidate of Labour Party. He took me to court. I won that case. The judge affirmed, Abuja Federal High Court, they affirmed that I'm the authentic candidate of the Labour Party. And that case wasn't appealed. But why would a journalist ask such a question? It's only my name. You heard that INEC just announced that the Bayelsa State, they removed the name of the APC candidate. In Imo is Senator Neji Atan Achono. He's the authentic candidate of Labour Party. He's there in their portal. So there shouldn't be any question as to the candidacy of a Labour Party. I'm suspecting that, I don't know, I don't want to be rude, but journalists are supposed to, let the public know the truth.
So that's why we're asking these questions, so people can know the true position of things, and that's why you're here to answer these questions.
Not me. You won't believe me. If you ask me, you ask Ikenga, you ask the other man, then you keep confusing the public.
We will definitely believe you if you say the truth, Mr. Achono.
Shehu did the other day. Shehu affirmed me as the authentic candidate because he had asked INEC. He saw it on the portal.
All right, but I need you to understand that the reason you're here is to give us and give the people, especially your own people, the true situation of things. But let's move on. How much support are you getting from the presidential candidate of the Labour Party towards winning this election?
That's my leader. Obi is
Sir
the
Choni, did you hear my
presidential
question?
of my party and my leader. You know, a very capable leader for that matter. And he's supporting me. He's been campaigning with me. We were in Olo the other day. Although that the governor cannot go to Olo. And me and Peter went there. We went to Osu. We passed through Osu. People were hailing us. You know, the governor can't go. He bombed Osu to. I don't know. It's crazy. You people should please come and expose what is happening here. You people should expose what is happening in Imo State. Please, I'm begging you, people, come and save this state. Come and expose what is going on. Investigate it, because we don't have the capacity to do that. You people are the DSS. You come and investigate thoroughly and expose everything that is happening here. It's very important for this government, because Nigeria needs good governance right now. At this stage where we are, look at the price of petrol. Look at the price of dollar. We need a free and fair election in this state. We need people to renew confidence in the system. Very, very important and very, very critical. Very, very important.
All right. Mr. Choni, let's take a break. I've been speaking with the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Imo State, and tonight we're discussing preparations ahead of the state governorship election. We'll take this break and I will be right back. Please stay with us.